Folks, hey superstars, hey, this is Wesley Virgin here. Hey, welcome to another Millionaire Midnight Rant, folks. How's everybody doing? And I apologize that I didn't go live the last two nights. I was in Turks and Caicos for the weekend, but I'm back in Houston now. I will be traveling quite frequently for the rest of the year, but I always want to ensure that I get the opportunity to do these rants here. And tonight we're going to talk about the best advice I received in my late 20s here. And as a matter of fact, I've never shared this story before, but this was a total breakthrough. I mean, it really opened my eyes to financial success, and it was a huge contributor to my success right now. And listen, if you're brand new to the rant, my name is Wesley Virgin. I am a young black multi-millionaire in Houston, Texas. And I go live every night via my Instagram account, which is my podcast, which is why you're looking at a dark screen. I go live every night to give you, men and women, teenagers, to pick the brain of a millionaire or to ask me questions about financial success, about manifestation, or just about anything that you need to know to live the life that you want to live. Currently, I'm living my best life, okay? How many of you are living your best life right now? You know, some of you may say you're living your best life, but I am living my best life. I mean, life is really good for me right now. It's great. I'm loving it. I'm just enjoying every step of it. I'm wealthy. I'm healthy. I have phenomenal children. I guess the only part of my life that I haven't mastered yet is my relationships with women, but we're working on it. I'm a work in progress, but other than that, life is good. You know, life is grand here. And I want to share that positivity and the optimism with you. I want you to know that sometimes maybe you're in a position of hardship and struggles and financial distress and stress and overwhelmment and depression and disappointment and despondency. But I want you to know that somebody is still winning. And let me tell you why that's important. You may say, well, who cares about other people that are winning? Well, I say, I'm not. Well, it's important to know that somebody else is winning because that means that you have the opportunity to win. You know, when I was in my early 20s, what was huge for me is just to seeing somebody else winning on the level that I would like to win at. You know, it's one thing to be around people just like yourself. It becomes the normalcy. It becomes very normal to make like $20,000 a year, $30,000 a year, $40,000, $50,000 a year, and driving the same type of car, same type of home, same type of apartments. But when you see someone doing 10 times better than you, it just gives you a glimpse of what's possible. And that's all I want to be for you. I'm not here to brag and boast and say I'm the man and listen to me. No, I want to be not an icon. I want to be an ideal. And the ideal is that I want to give you a glimpse of what's possible. Many of you know my story. I started off, I didn't have any money. My parents didn't have any money. We were all broke, average, just living a normal, average life. I've had a ton of jobs. I've had repossessions. I've lost my apartment. I've had bad credit. I've made terrible decisions. I've been in jail a few times. So listen, I've been there. But I want all of you to know, despite your past, your childhood, where you live demographically on the planet, that you can have what you want, okay? That you can achieve your dreams, that you can become the man or the woman that you're destined to be. And this is even relatable with your relationships. Like women, I want you to believe that there's a man out there for you that's looking for you. Okay? He's out there. Never lose hope. Sometimes women lose hope in men. And I get it. Men, we make a ton of mistakes. Okay? But I want you to understand is that a man, he exists. A man that's perfect for you. Like your particular person is out there for you to attract. Same thing with men as well. In your relationships, right? I know we talk a lot about money and we talk a lot about financial independency, but your special love is out there. So don't be discouraged. The advice I give you on that side is become the person that you want to attract. Become the person that you want to attract. And you will attract it. Okay? I truly believe that we attract who we are all day long. So let's get started here. Let me give you guys a shout out here tonight. We're going to talk about the advice that I got in my later 20s. As a matter of fact, can you guys comment your ages below? I'm curious. How many of you are in your 20s right now? Any 30 babies? Any 40 babies? How about 50 babies? 60 babies? Hey, Hulda, how are you? Hey, Sanjay, how are you? Lydiana, go ahead and comment your age below. Let me know what your names is. Hi, Sasha Green, how are you? Kim Guzman. This is going to be a great one. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, this is something that was stellar and pivotal in my success in my later 20s. And this is the best advice I've ever gotten in my life as it relates to becoming a multimillionaire. You guys know I'm worth about $40 million. I run several digital marketing companies online. And I'm doing well. Hey, Lauren, how are you? Hey, Melissa, how are you? Let me see, Miss Shevers, how are you? Estefy, Genuine, Piquet de Cuevius, Norwood, how are you, sir? Scotian, how are you? And make sure you take notes, folks, take notes, please. I don't want to have to beg you to take notes. I don't want to have to slap the shit out of you to take notes here, okay? So write this stuff down. One piece of advice that I got as well, took me a long time to actually execute it, was to, whenever you listen to someone who is making more money than you, or they have the lifestyle that you want, take notes, write it down, okay? Write it down. It took me a very long time to really understand that concept. Hey, Latina, how are you? On a mission. Victor, what's going on? Let's go. Let's go. Writers, Car Lady Ray, Angie, how are you? Okay, hey, Sam. Thank you so much, man. He said these rants are the best. All right. Robert, how are you, man? All right, let's get into it here. We got some 19-year-olds. Demetrius, Princess Diana. 63 years old. I love it. 21, Hulda. 24, Connie. All right, I love it. We got some young people in here tonight. All right, so check it out here. So this is the best advice that I ever received as far as in my later 20s. And to make sure I'm talking to the right people, how many of you still want to make $1 million? I mean, how many of you your goal is to be financially independent? And it doesn't matter if you're in your 20s, you could be a teenager in your 30s. It doesn't really matter how old and how young are you. How many of you are still in that journey right now? And hopefully what I'm about to give you is going to help you, because it helped me. Because in my later 20s, I was struggling. I mean, wow, struggling hard. How many of you are struggling hard right now financially here? Or I was working towards things, but it felt like I couldn't figure things out here. So at this point in my life, and in my later 20s, I think around like maybe 27, 28, I was overseas at the time. Many of you do know that I worked as a contractor in Afghanistan and in Iraq. That's when the war, I forgot what they called the war, LOCAP, but that's when the Enduring Freedom War, I think, took place. And, I was making about $96,000 a year overseas, working 12 hours a day every day on an army base, but I still wanted to be rich, right? I know some of you make 6 figures, some of you make 5 figures, some of you make pretty good. But, it's just like I wanted to be independently wealthy. Okay? So I'll never forget this. I was actually a part of a network marketing company. Hey, Rhea, how are you? Hey, Kaden. I was part of a network marketing company. Okay? How many of you have ever been in multi-level marketing? Okay? Well, I was in that stuff. Some of the companies you guys may be accustomed to, like Prime America, Mary Kay, Prepaid Legal. I mean, there's so many network marketing companies, but I wasn't one of them. And I was overseas, by the way, okay? Because I wanted to be rich. I didn't want it just to have money. I was making pretty good money, but I wanted to be wealthy. Like, I wanted to make money in my sleep. How many of you, that's what you want to do? Listen, I didn't want to just make money. Like, I was making pretty good money, but I want to make money in my sleep. I wanted to go to bed for 8 hours and wake up to $8,000 or $80,000, right? I wanted that sleep money, okay? So I remember I was learning the system, and even though I was overseas, I was going to the meetings virtually and doing like Zoom, Skype calls. And I remember I started to recruit people overseas, and I was give them the presentation and sell them on the dream. But unfortunately, it was very difficult for me to bring people into the company. And just to kind of speed up the story a little bit, I went back home. I remember when I left overseas, and I was still, I was in this travel company, and it was another network marketing company, okay? And I'll never forget this. I had a Infinity SUV, and I was in this travel company that a buddy got me a part of. And I had I recruited my cousin and one of my close friends. And every Wednesday we had a meeting at a hotel. Many of you are familiar with this in network marketing. Now, listen, I'm not rich yet because I had just left overseas. I got a computer engineering job. Yeah, I'm making about 6 figures, but still, I want to be rich. 6 figures was nothing for me, honestly. I wanted to make some major money here, and I wanted to make money in my sleep, right? So listen up here. The story gets better. So I remember every week, me, my cousin, and my friend, we would dress up in these suits. True story. Now, Wesley, I don't particularly like wearing suits. I look good in a suit. Don't get it twisted. But I don't particularly like wearing suits. I just don't. I like to be comfortable, right? The reason why I wanted to be rich as well, because I didn't want to dress up. I wanted to wear whatever I want to wear and still make a ton of money like I do now. But we decided we were trying to model a certain group that was in this organization. So we started to dress up in suits. And we will get there early, and we will always sit on the front row. Always. We will always sit on the front row. And at that time, I only had 2 people in the business. As you may be aware, in network marketing, it's all about recruiting people into the business and getting them to recruit people too. So that's what we're trying to do. And let me tell you something. For 6 months to 7 months, I didn't recruit one person. I mean, we went to the meetings every single week. I mean, we were trying to recruit people. We were sitting in the front of the room honestly, I never missed a meeting in that company, in that travel company. I never missed a meeting once. And we were always in the front. And the guy that was like the leader guy, or the guy that's giving the presentation thing, was Silas King. I don't know if you guys knew who that is. If you're in network marketing, maybe so. He passed away. God bless his soul. But I got really close to him, right? I used to pick him up at his house. I used to go prospecting with him. And sometimes when you think of, it's so funny, I'm sorry to pause for a second, but when you think about these type of stories, you just think about all the stuff that you did to be where you are today. And, that man was very instrumental in a lot of things that I'm doing here now as far as my belief. But to continue to tell you the story here, so I wasn't recruiting anyone, okay? I wasn't recruiting anyone. No one was joining the company. It was a year. I'm not making any money. I'm going to every meetings. I'm hanging out with Silas King, who was like the guy or the top guy at the time in the company. And I'm like, what's going on, right? I'm with them. Like, he wasn't a millionaire yet, but he was making six figures in the company. And I'm like, well, I'm close to the guy. Listen, I'm close to the guy that's making the money. I'm close to the guy that's doing all the presentations. I'm going to the meeting every single Wednesday. I'm sitting in front of the room. I'm listening to the self-development audio. One thing about Silas, and the reason why I listen to self-development audio in the car, because Silas used to do it all the time. Like, any time that I would pick him up or I would ride with him, he always had Think and Grow Rich on his tape deck, on the CD program. I mean, this man was listening to audio all the time, seriously. And that's what I got that from, right? But I wasn't making any money, okay? I wasn't making any money, folks. Are you guys listening? Just want to make sure. I wasn't making any money. It's like 1 year. I'm in this organization. You know, you have to pay them, per month to stay qualified. And I'm not making any money. And I remember one night at a hotel, same hotel that we go to every Wednesday night. We hear the same presentation. And I'm still not recruiting people into the business. I mean, I'm bringing people, but they're just not getting closed. And I'm thinking I'm doing something wrong. I'm thinking, like, why is my business not working? Why am I not bringing people a part of this opportunity here? And I'll never forget this. At that night, I was a little bit distraught. I felt down, I felt a bit discouraged. And, I left that hotel that night, and I was walking to my car. And I decided to just kind of go off alone by myself. I never forget, it was in Houston, Texas, and I can't remember the hotel, but I think it was somewhere downtown. And I'm walking to my car, and for the first time, my head's down. I'm like shaking my head. I said, I've been here for a year, and I haven't recruited anyone. I have the same people. Why is this not working? And I'll never forget, I saw this Rolls Royce pull up. Brand new Rolls Royce Continental GT. He pulls up. And he stopped and he was asking me, hey, is this the Marriott Hotel? I don't know if he said the Marriott, how did it end? And I said, oh, yeah, it's right over there. He said, thank you. I said, man, I love your car. Right? It was a white gentleman. And I said, man, I love your car, man. I said, man, that's my dream car, man. He said, oh, yeah, man, thank you so much. He said, and I asked him a question. I said, well, if you don't mind me asking you, like, what do you do? And he began to tell me that he owned an oil company. Or actually, he don't own the oil company. He owns a company that does the drilling for oil company, if that makes sense. And I said, wow. He said, what do you do? I said, oh, I'm in network marketing. I'm in this travel company. I was tempted to try to recruit him, but I was like, yeah, I can't recruit this guy, right? And I was telling him about the travel company. He said, oh, you're in network marketing? Okay, that's cool, man. You learn anything? I said, yeah. But, it just seems like, I don't know, I've been in this thing for a year, man. It's like I haven't recruited anyone, and I'm going to all the meetings, I'm listening to the self-development. I mean, I'm doing everything. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I mean, it's like I'm confiding into this man because at that time, I was just feeling a bit down, to be honest with you. I was just feeling that. Can anybody relate to the story? It just, I was busting my ass. I'm 29 years old, and I'm busting my ass, man. I really am. I'm by myself. I shielded myself from women. I isolated myself from friends. Only those, my cousin and my friend, that's the only people I'm talking to, right? So I'm just like feeling lonely, honestly, lonely. And this white gentleman driving the Rolls Royce I'm talking to him for about 5 minutes, and I'm just kind of venting to him. True story. I mean, imagine venting to a stranger, right? And he could tell I was hurting, man. Honestly. He could tell I was hurting. And let me tell you something. Millionaires, they always know when you're hurting. When I meet some of you guys in public, I met a lot of people in Turks that recognize me, and people talk to me, and I can tell when they're hurting, like emotionally. They like, God damn, because they're tired. Because it's very difficult, right? Just to transition over and really understand what you need to do to create millions. And he felt I was hurting. And you know what he told me? And this is the advice, folks, that you've been waiting for. And I hope it helps you. I'm sure it will. He said, Wes, I don't know you, but I believe everything happens for a reason, man. It's a reason why I met you here tonight, even though I'm late for a meeting. But I want to give you some advice. I'm 29 years old. I'm making no money in business. Been in that thing for like a year, almost a year and a half. He says, one of the attributes of a millionaire or a very successful person is you have to learn to watch the grass grow. And I'm thinking to myself, He said, you got to learn how to watch it. Like, you have to, learn how to watch grass grow. And, when I thought about it, I was like, And that's it. He said, imagine Wes going to a field, forest, whatever, with grass. And imagine sitting down and looking at the grass. And imagine if you had to sit there until the grass grow. Like, imagine just going to your backyard and you cutting the grass. And imagine sitting there until the grass would grow to the point that it was time to be cut again. It's a long time, right? Right? He said you have to learn how to do that. Because successful people, they know how to do it. They know how to watch the grass grow, which means is they're very patient individuals, right? They understand that even though they're looking at the grass and it doesn't seem, it doesn't seem like it's growing, like this doesn't seem like it's moving at all, but it is. Like every day that grass is growing. And if you can learn to watch it grow and be patient, be diligent, work, you'll be rich. I swear to God, that's exactly what he told me. He said, you'll be rich. You'll be a very rich person. And let me tell you something, Wes. He said, it doesn't matter if you're in network marketing, internet marketing, digital marketing, the oil company. It doesn't really matter the niche, the category, the space, the industry. But if you can teach yourself or compel yourself or discipline yourself to watch grass grow, you'll be rich. Because if you think about it, right now, if you go to your backyard and you have to sit there until it grows, many of you get impatient. You're like, man, I'm not doing this anymore. You get tired, you get fidgety, you want to get on your phone, you'll walk away, you'll walk back, right? Within a couple of minutes. And what I took from that was I had to learn to be patient with the process. That even though that my life at 29 years old, it appeared that I was not making any progress, that I wasn't growing at all. I was. Did you know every day grass grows? Every day it does. But you just can't see it grow, right? To the natural eye, you can't see the evidence if it's actually moving. Does that make sense? But it's how business is. That's how life is. It's like working out. And it was so true because once I started to adopt that strategy, and what I took from that to be patient, what I took from that advice was that I'm going to have my time. What I took from that advice was to be still, work, and understanding that all those meetings I went to, you remember those meetings that I said I never miss? Those meetings every Wednesday? That was creating the discipline that I was able to apply to a different company. Does that make sense? What I want all of you to understand, wherever you are in your own personal journey to be rich, to be happy, to be successful, to be in love, whatever you want, you probably are not able to understand why certain things are taking place in your life at the current time. Like, I didn't understand why I was making no money when I felt like I was doing everything right. I was going to the meetings, I was hanging out with a millionaire, but I'm not making any money. But exactly 5 years later, not only did I make $1 million, I made $1 million in 1 month. And if I would go back to the discipline of network marketing, listen, hanging out with the millionaire, listening to personal development every day in the car. Like, I would hang out with this guy like every day. I was always with him, right? He would go to the Starbucks. He would go here. He got me very comfortable talking to people. He helped me get very comfortable with communicating. He taught me how to listen to personal development in my car every single day, because that's what he was doing. By going to that meeting and being on time and showing up early and sharp, and that allowed me to be sharp. Like, I don't wear suits now, but I'm always sharp. I look nice. I look good every time I leave my house. When I walk as if I'm going somewhere. I walk with my chest out, head up, everywhere I go. I'm always in the front of the room. I'm in the front. I mean, that discipline that I acquired when I was making no money was applied within the industry of the company that allowed me to make $1 million in 1 month. And what I want all of you to understand is, I want you to watch your grass grow. Okay? I want everybody to comment below in the comment section. I must watch my grass grow, because your grass is your grass. Don't watch other people's grass. You may say, oh, look at that grass. Man, that grass is tall. Man, look at that grass. Wow. No, watch your grass. Sometimes we get distracted by other people's grass, and we forget that we have a grass of our own. And we're too busy feeling terrible because their grass is growing and ours is not, but ours is. You're not paying attention, though, because you're distracted. Just focus on your grass. And, when I stopped looking at other people's grass, and even the guy that put up in the Rolls Royce, white man, whatever, when I stopped watching his, looking at his, when I started just to look at my own grass, I started to see the growth. I started to see the small growth patterns and the new habits and the new disciplines that I was accumulating that allowed me to begin to make millions of dollars, that allowed me to become a very phenomenal man, that allowed me to become a man of discipline, a man of patience, a man of virtue, morality, a man of resilience, a leader. Does that make sense? Because those are all traits of the type of person who not only can lead many, but he can lead himself. Listen, watching your grass grow may be one of the most difficult things you will ever do. Because just to look at your life and be able to look at it with a magnifying glass and say, you know what, it doesn't feel like I'm making progress, but I am. Some of you meditated today. Raise your hand or comment below if you meditated today. Somebody here read from a good book today, self-development. Somebody on here listened to a podcast today. Somebody here was working all weekend in their business while everybody else was partying, hanging out, drinking. You were working in your business. Somebody on here tonight made a sacrifice to go to a seminar, made a sacrifice to invest in a course to better themselves. But I want you to understand, well, all that what you're currently doing right now is not insignificant. Okay? It's very significant to your success. I know you can't see it. Like everything I did in my 20s, in my later 20s, when I really got my act together, when I stopped bullshitting myself and started to take life very seriously. When I say take life seriously, I started to actually pay attention of my daily habits. I started to pay attention to what I was thinking. I started to pay attention to how I was feeling. I started to pay attention to who I was hanging around with. I started to pay attention to who I was communicating to. I was paying attention to what I was doing on social media. I was paying attention to the television shows I was watching. That's a person that's getting serious about their life. Really taking a moment, every moment of their day, paying attention to the activity that they're displaying. Okay? And let me tell you something. That's why the rich are rich. Rich and successful people. They're not just, I get it. You put these people on pedestals, I went to Turks and Caicos, man. I felt so loved in Turks and Caicos. People like, oh my God, Wesley $1 billion Virgin. Oh my God, it's you. Oh my, it's surreal that people actually look at you and so many people say, man, you changed my life. It was this one guy who was at this place called Noah's Ark. It was popularized by Drake. It's like you go out to the ocean and there's a boat in the middle of the ocean and people partying. And this guy, he pulled up in his boat. He said, man, you changed my life. I almost had tears in his eyes. He said, man, you changed my life, man. This guy lives in Turks and Caicos. Never met this guy a day in my life. He's a black man. He said, man, you changed my life. I went to a club called Aziza, and I went to another club called Shisha. I'm at this club called the Shisha Bar. I'm walking around, hanging around, and this guy, he pulled my elbow. He said, man, you changed my life. I swear to God, that was the first thing this man, I never met this man a day in my life. I'm just walking around the club, hanging out, eating me some oxtails, had me some jerk chicken. If you go to Turks and Caicos, make sure you get the oxtails and jerk. Oh my God, the food is so phenomenal, right? I'm walking around the club, listening to, I don't know what song was playing, Pop Smoke, whatever. And this black man just grabbed my shoulder and said, man, you changed my life. I know who you are. I swear to God. He said, you changed my life. And I just want you to know something, folks, all of you. Everything that you're going through right now in this moment in your life is creating a story that you're going to tell to somebody else. All the struggle and hardship that I went through in my 20s and early 30s are the stories that I get to tell you. I can't even be upset and angry and mad of all the adversities. There were blessings. Like, honestly, I thank God for all those tough moments because of those tough moments, now I can share these stories with you. Because I know you're going through exactly what I went through, you're going through right now. Can I get an amen, please? It's still Sunday. Like, listen, I know some of you right now have no money in the bank account. I know some of you right now are in debt. I know some of you right now, the baby dad is not taking care of your children properly. There's some single mothers on here that are crying every single night because they don't know how they're going to take care of their children properly. There's a mother in there that don't know how she's going to pay the rent. Right now. You got a grown man on here that's been working a job for 5 to 10 years. And he wants to leave. And he's afraid because he has a family. What I want you to understand, I've been there. I've been exactly where you are. I got children. I slept on the air mattress. I think I still got it in storage somewhere. Like, I've been there. I've slept in my car. I got it. It was many nights I was talking to myself, motivating myself. I would never forget this. I was driving my 1988 Honda Accord, and I would park in the garage of my apartment. I would tell myself, I said, Wesley, you're a multimillionaire. Sometimes I do this in tears. I mean, just tears coming down my eye. I'm not crying like boohooing, but it's just, I'm hurting, but I'm telling myself, Wes, you got this. You are a millionaire. You're going to be successful. You got this. You earn $5,000 a day, every day. Tears coming down my eyes because I can't even put gas in the freaking car. True story. Talking to myself in the car alone. What I want you to understand is you have to learn to watch the grass grow. Got to compel yourself to be patient and watch as your life unravel. See, many of you, you're doing the right thing. A lot of you say, I'm not doing the right thing. I don't think I'm doing the right thing. You are. Listen, if you're doing something, you're doing the right thing. If you're not doing the right thing that's getting you the result, eventually you will. Just keep doing things. Does that make sense? Just, at least, do you know how many people on the planet are actually doing stuff? Not many. Many people have conformed to the world. Many people just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to work an 8 to 5 job for the rest of my life. Some people are like, man, I don't need a lot of money. It's all good. I just want to be comfortable. I just want to be happy. I don't really care too much about money, man. I just want to be married, the kids and whatever. I don't mind having a regular, normal, average life. It's a ton of people like this. It's a ton of people out there that's not even taking action. You have people out there that's talking about, yeah, you know what? I need to start that business. I need to start working out. I need to. You know the I need to people? It's a lot of people on the planet. Millions, hundreds of millions of I need to. I should be. I should work out. I should eat better. I should start that business. I should read this. I should. But many of you are doers. I want you to realize that there is a small percentage of people on this planet that are actually doing things as it relates to acquiring wealth. Okay? It's a small amount of people that are actually taking action. Small amount of people that are taking risk. Small amount of people who are making a sacrifice. Small amount of people who are taking failures, getting slapped in the face, getting rejected, hearing the word no and continue to persevere. It's a small percentage of people that are like that. And I want you to understand that these people are very unique. And if that's you, you're unique. Okay? Don't be so hard on yourself. Everybody, it's like if you run a marathon is what, 25.2 miles? Everybody that runs a marathon, if you finish, has to run the 25 miles. Everybody has to run it. And it doesn't matter how fast you do it or how slow you do it, but you got to run the 25 miles. It's just like making money. Everybody has to go through this process. And unfortunately, if your mom and dad wasn't rich or had that type of mindset, it's going to be a very difficult emotional process. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? It's going to be tough emotionally. It's going to be times you want to give up. Don't. It's going to be times when you want to throw in the towel. Don't. It's going to be times you're going to say, fuck this shit. Don't give up. There's going to be times you're going to cry yourself to sleep as a grown-ass man, as a grown-ass woman. You're going to cry because you don't understand what's happening and why it's happening. And you're going to want to stop. Don't. Does that make sense? Because remember, you chose to be this person. When I was in my 20s, I chose to be rich. I say, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to be rich. And many of you have said that before. Am I right? Many of you have said that I'm willing to do whatever it takes, Wes, to be a rich woman or a rich man. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And that statement alone, if you're willing to do whatever, then okay, well, prepare yourself. Because it's going to be tough. But don't forget what you said. Don't forget you said you were willing to do whatever it takes. I know some of you may say, I didn't know it's going to be this difficult. I know. Right? I know some of you say, man, I didn't know it was going to be this hard to get my life together. It's hard out here, Wes. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I get it. But I want you to continue to watch the grass grow. You're going to get bored at times. You're going to feel lonely at times. You're going to feel isolated at times. But what I want you to understand, the grass is growing. It is. Just keep watching. Be patient. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Inhale. Watch. Work. Continue to implement the habits of the rich, of the wealthy. Success leaves clues, ladies and gentlemen. The great thing about success today is no guesswork. You know, back in my day, they didn't have everything that's available to us now. But today is no guesswork. You can jump on the internet, find a person that's successful, and you can watch every video, listen to every podcast this person ever did. You can read all about this person and listen to them every single day if you want to. You can buy their course and model their business if you wanted to. Why? Because success leaves clues. How do you think Napoleon Hill got successful? How many of you know who Napoleon Hill, the man that wrote the book Think and Grow Rich? Napoleon Hill wasn't even rich. Did you know that? Like before he wrote the book. Let me show you something. Look, Napoleon Hill, he became one of the richest men in the planet. Let me tell you why. Because Napoleon Hill, he interviewed rich people and he put the principles and concepts in the book Think and Grow Rich. He said he wanted to find what was very relatable or what were the patterns with rich and successful people. So he interviewed all these people like Henry Ford, and he interviewed all these people, you know, the guy that created oil, and then he wrote a book about it called Think and Grow Rich. And then Napoleon Hill became one of the richest men on the planet. Why? Because success leaves clues. It's just how it works. It's that simple. How many of you got value here this evening? Did you get value? You know, every podcast, every rant that you listen to, it's important that you get more clarity about your life and what you're doing. And I want you to get more clarity to understand that things are working in your favor. I know it doesn't seem like it. I know it doesn't feel that way, but they are. Right? It's a slow process. It's like watching the pot boil. Yeah, it's a slow process, but it is warming up. I want you to say, like, your life is getting ready to boil over. And I'm talking about money, baby. Money, success, things. You know, it was the reason, you know, I created a program, Overnight Millionaire, because it almost like it was overnight. It's like overnight, boom, everything just changed in my life. Boom. Everything I wanted, cars, clothes, travel. It's like, boom, it's like I didn't even see it coming. The great thing about when you watch the grass grow, it just, before one day, boom, the grass is like 6 inches, 8 inches, 9 inches. And you almost forget that you were watching the grass grow because you was too busy working. And you were too busy realizing that the grass was already 6 feet, even though with your visible eye, it was only 3 inches. And that's what happened to me. 35, boom. It's just like I just hit it. Money just started rolling, and it has never stopped since then. It's been rolling in, nonstop. I created so much momentum in my 20s, a lot. And I just had a tipping point. But I want you to realize that your tipping point is coming. Okay? As a matter of fact, your tipping point is here. I want everybody to comment these words below. My tipping point is here. It's not that it's coming. It is here. Like your tipping point. You ever read the book by Malcolm Gladwell? The Tipping Point? Read it. Like the abundance and the money and all the work and all the sacrifice. Yeah. Like it's here. Do you not see it? See, if you were able to see it, you wouldn't spend any time being discouraged. If you was able to see it, you wouldn't spend any time crying yourself to sleep and smoking weed and doing drugs, trying to pacify and trying to put a Band-Aid on a problem that you need to fix. Your tipping point is here. Like it's happening right now, right before your eyes. That grass is growing right now. And instead of you having a piss party about what's not happening, how about you be grateful and thankful that it is? Okay? Any questions for me? Did you get value? Comment the word value if you got any value here this evening here. Any questions for me? Make sure you turn on your notifications, folks. Some of you are late. I don't like late people. Okay? I will block you if you're late for my rants. If I catch you being late, I will block you. I will take a screenshot and I will block you. Be on time. Turn on your notification. If you're going to be a part of these rants, be a part of a young man that is spending his time. I'm in my bedroom right now, relaxing. I'm back in Houston, Texas. I'm spending my time talking to you. Well, be respectful of my time and turn on your notifications. Don't be late. Don't roll in this rant 30 minutes after I go live. I'm going to block you. Okay? Any questions for me before I let you go here? I want you guys to do something. Let's have some fun. Hey, what are you excited for tomorrow? What are you excited for tomorrow? I want you to comment. What are you excited for tomorrow? Tell me. It could be something that you know is going to happen, or it can be about something that you desire to happen. But what are you excited for? Comment below. Like tomorrow's Monday, man. Today is Monday. What are you excited for this week? What are you excited for Monday morning? What are you excited for? Somebody said a new day. But what else? What are you really excited for? Somebody said my deposit. I love it. I love it. Yeah, tipping point is it's Malcolm Gladwell. Okay. Questions for me, folks? Any questions for me? I love it. Brittany says, I'm excited for my kids at school, and I get quiet time to picture in my mind the life I want consciously. I love it. A new business partner. I love it. I love it. I love it. Excited for my business to blow up. A new job. The chance to be to better myself. I'm grateful. Mona says, I'm grateful because the abundance came to me tomorrow. I love it. I'm no longer in an autopilot. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Any questions for me, folks? I'll take a few questions here if you have any for me. Remember, I do have a podcast. This will be converted into a podcast. Go to google.com, type in Wesley Virgin podcast. I'm on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, so you can download on your phone. You can listen to these episodes to further condition your mind. Like I told you before, success leaves clues. All you need to do is follow and listen to other successful people. That's it. Okay? What's next? What are the 3 habits that you practice daily? Well, obviously, I practice more than 3 habits, but I give you 3: meditation, gratitude, and work. Every day. Oh, and I work out. I'm excited. Like, you know what I'm excited for? I'm excited to go to the gym and sculpt my body into a Greek god. I can't wait to get to that gym, baby. Yeah. What's next? What's next here? How do you block negative thoughts? Well, let me tell you this about negative thoughts. I know some of you have issues with negative thoughts. Let me give you my philosophy about negative thoughts. I don't want you to block them. Okay? I don't want you to block negative thoughts. I know what you're thinking. What? No, Wes, I don't want to have. I get it. But I don't want you to block them, because I don't know, how do you block a negative thoughts, right? You know, this is not football. Can't block someone. Listen, I want you to reframe them. Okay? Write down there, reframe your negative thoughts. Reframe means I want you to look at your negative thought and look at it deeply and ask yourself, how can this negative thought be a positive thought? That's what a reframe is. It's like a picture. It's like a work of art. You could put one frame around it and charge so much money, and you could put a totally different frame around it and charge more, and it could look totally different. Because the frame changes the picture. So your negative, quote, negative thoughts are nothing but pictures in the mind, whatever that negative picture is. What I want you to do is change the frame around the negative thought. So instead of saying that, oh, I can't believe this is happening and I hate this is happening, say, you know what? Thank God this happened. I'm excited that this happened. Now I'm really going to push forward. Now I'm going to be resilient. Now I'm going to be stronger. You get it? I want you to reframe it to a positive picture. Change it. Why? Because you have the ability to do it with your mind. The mind is powerful. The mind can change anything. It can change any scenario, any negative scenario. Your mind can change it to a positive if you give it the opportunity to do it. Does that make sense? Okay. Questions here. The dental page. D.M. Morton. We have queens in here tonight. I love it. Love you too, Britt. Can I get a relationship coaching from you? I lost my career woman last week. You lost your career woman? Tell me more. What you mean you lost your career woman? Not reframe. Reframe. Yeah, see, the dental page, she says, acknowledge negative thoughts and let them go. See, the problem is, Miss Page, that sounds good in theory, but people don't know how to let things go, right? Because how do you let go of a negative thought? Stop thinking about them? But it's hard to stop thinking about something that you're thinking about. What you do is you reframe it. Because it's like me telling you, well, you know what? Don't think about a yellow elephant. Don't think about a yellow elephant, right? The more I tell you to don't think about it, you will think about it. Because the mind is not able to compute negations. So when somebody says, just let it go, just let it go. Well, how do you let something go? You know, you just can't let a thought go because that's called normalization. It's like when you take a process of thinking and make it a thing, right? You can't let negativity go, right? Because there's nothing to let go. It's not literal. What you do is you reframe it. Like, think about it, but find a way. Like, if you broke up, say if you broke up with your girlfriend, you're feeling all terrible. Oh, my heart broken. Well, what you do is you say, well, what was the great? Okay, maybe this person broke my heart. They hurt my feelings. But what's positive about this? Well, that I'm out of it. 2, that I'm single again. 3, that I'm free. Then I no longer have to deal with it. See, I mean, there's so many ways to think about it. So you reframe it, right? And by reframing it, now you have a different perception of it. Okay? It's very powerful. What's next here? She just said, I basically didn't want to level up with her, and she broke up with me after 2 years and like 7 months. Okay, great, man. That's a great. I'm glad she broke up with you, my man. J-Dub, listen to me. I'm glad she left you. Because maybe she was right. Maybe you do need to level up. Did you know that women initiate all divorces and initiate all breakups, almost all of them? Right? So you need to be thankful. Now, I know you don't feel that way because you're feeling a sense of loss. Right? No more sex, no more hugs, no more cuddle nights, no more dates. I get it. But now it's the opportunity for you to become the man for yourself, not for her. For you to become the man that you're supposed to be, so when you enter your next relationship, you won't have that conversation. One thing about women, let me tell you something, especially women that want to level up in life, and almost every woman would like to level up, and they want to be with a man that wants to level up. If you don't level up, she will let you go. Like, I have so many stories. I remember this one young man I was working at the gym at 24 Hour Fitness. And this young man, so he was going to TSU, he was trying to be a lawyer, and he was with this girl or whatever, you know. He was asking me, what should he do, blah, 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 blah. He was trying to be a lawyer. At the same time, he was trying to be a trainer. He was all over the place. And I gave him some advice. And I told him to quit. I said, listen, you may need to just leave your girl. And I'm not trying to, listen, I'm not, don't think I have this cynicism as it comes to relationships. Because I know I talk a lot about dumping your girl. But he needed to let her go at the time because he was not he wasn't the man that he needed to be for her. But obviously he can't do it because men, you know, they like vagina so bad. They like love and feeling good. And most men, their love language is touch. So he didn't do it. I swear to God, 2 years later, I'm driving to the gym. I noticed somebody following me. And I park my car. And guess who pulls up? It's him. Almost in tears. I swear to God, he's a grown-ass man. And he said, Wesley, you're right. She left me. Because, see, what I told him, I said, listen, women, they want to believe in you. They want to believe in your potential. They want to believe that you're going to get better. They want to support you. And they're okay with sitting with you for a while for you to develop and to become the man that they would like you to be. But you got a time limit. And some of you men don't realize this. You have a time limit because no woman wants to struggle and no woman want to stay just status quo. They just don't. Not in this generation. Like, everybody wants to level up. Everybody wants to live that successful, option-free life. I mean, who doesn't? The life of freedom, right? And this man, he said, you were right. She left me. And he was sad, heart was broken. And I said, well, what are you going to do now? Like, I'm not going to have a pity party with him. Absolutely. I'm like, oh, really, man? I can't believe she... Nah, she did exactly what she was supposed to do. Did you know that most men are very successful because of some woman? I'm serious. No, most men are successful because they either got their heart... It would change a man's life. A breakup, change a man's life. Divorce, change a man's life. Women cheat on you, woo, for the better, okay? Do you sell a program called Genie Script on Positive Life Secrets IG page? That could be one of my affiliates. Questions here. Yeah, so listen, let me tell you something, man. I just want to be honest with you. And the reason I tell men this, because I don't want you to get your little heart broken, you know? I've never had a broken heart, not by a woman in my life, right? Now, don't get it twisted. I've been sad a little bit, but usually the sadness that I've created, the sadness that I felt is the sadness that I created based off my actions. That's a whole nother story. But, men, listen, get the money first, okay? And let your woman go because you're on the time limit. You have no clue. You're on a time limit. If your woman meet a man like me, I would take her. Obviously, I'm not going to take her, but I could. But no woman wants to struggle. Some men actually believe that women want to build it with you. It sounds good in theory, but women don't want to struggle. They may say that, but they don't want to struggle financially. Especially a woman that's 25, 35, 45 years old. Why does she want to struggle? Why? She can struggle alone. The whole reason to be with a man is not just for sexual reasons. It's for leadership, admiration. A man, she wants to learn something from that man. The man, teach me how to budget. Teach me how to work with my finances here. Okay? She wants you to introduce her to new experiences, right? So, men, open your ears, clean out the wax. Get the money first. Trust Wesley Virgin on this one. Get the money first. Listen, I'm not saying that there's no woman or man on the planet, a relationship that has not made money together. I'm not saying that, but it's just highly unlikely. And it's highly unlikely for you. Okay, man? So you should tell your girlfriend tonight. Say, Wesley Virgin says, I need to break up with you. Yeah, it's going to hurt. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, it's going to hurt. Yeah. Emotional pain. But you will eventually get over it. Like I've been there before. I had to let a girl go, 15 years ago? I always talk about my old relationship. Right. I had to let her go. It hurt. I didn't want to let her go. She was a cutie pie. She smelled good. She felt good. Right? I was living with this woman. And I had to let her go. I had to choose me. Right? It was like, I had to choose. Do I become rich or do I stay with the girl? I chose the money. And let me tell you something, folks. Men, it's nothing wrong with choosing the money first. People can talk about you. I don't care. People might say, what? You choosing money over women? Yes. Until you get some. Once you get some money, if you want to choose women, great. But I would say this. Once you get some money, women are still second. They're second to your purpose. Your purpose should always be first for the rest of your life. Nothing should stop you from pursuing your purpose. Okay? But in the beginning, money first. If you don't have any money, money first. Women second, third. Don't even think about them. Okay? Let your woman go right now. Okay? I just wish men would start listening to men like myself instead of listening to women. Because you got some women in here like, you better put me first. What are you talking about? No, money over me? No. Let me tell you something. I'm telling you. Listen. You start listening to a woman, you're going to get your heart broken. Okay? Or you're going to have a very tough time navigating the planet. Okay, trying to take life advice from a woman. And listen, I'm not saying that women are not capable of giving life advice. But what I'm telling you, men, you're a leader. Act like one. Okay? Act like one. Get the money first. Trust me. Just get the money first. Once you get the money, whatever you want to do with women, great. But get the money first. Make sure you master that. That part in your life, you need to master that first. I tell every young person, the first thing you need to master in your life is the money. Get as much money as humanly possible. Be able to attract as much as humanly possible. Have no money problems. Make sure you have a PhD and money. And everything else is easy. Okay? What's next? What if you have her name tattooed on you? Get it removed. Get it removed. A woman can choose the money first too. Yeah, sure, if they want to. Do you still watch the Newly Married show? You mean Married at First Sight? Yeah, I do. What's next here? Questions for me, folks. Talk to me. How to learn to be a better leader and a real estate license. You want to know how to get a real estate license? Princess Diana, what are you talking about? Go to your local real estate school. Sign up. All right, what's next here? Wes, recommend me what to listen to for self-development. Listen to Wesley Virgin's podcast. That's all you need, Christina. Wesley Virgin's podcast, okay? If she got more money than you at the time, but got a plan to make more than her, what do you do, Wes? So you're telling me if you're a man and you with a woman that makes more money with, first of all, men, just take my advice. Women, close your ears, okay? Close your ears for a second. Put me on mute. I don't need you to hear this. Men, please take my advice on this. I know some of you men won't, but please. Never date a woman that makes more money than you. Do you hear me? Never do that. That is the recipe for failure, my friends. Okay? Let me say it again. Never date a woman that makes more money than you. Now, you can give me all these examples of women that make more money. Okay? But let me tell you something. And let me give you the psychology behind this. When a woman makes more money than you, you may say, oh, that's not a big deal. It's not a big deal if a woman makes more money than you. Okay, great. Until there's problems. See, one thing about people in relationships, when people get together, people delete all the things they don't really like about people because they like people so much, so they don't think about the things that they can't stand about them. But there are things that, listen, if you're in a relationship right now, there's things that you can't stand about your boyfriend, your husband, and vice versa. But those things tend to bleed out and begin to become exposed when people are upset. Okay? You ever dated a woman that got angry, men? Well, when a woman gets angry, when she gets pissed, when she gets annoyed, okay? Now, that woman that makes more money than you, she will say certain things. Because see, when a woman gets really pissed and annoyed, she say whatever the fuck she wants. That's just how it is. You know, some women really verbally vomit. Some women know how to keep her mouth closed a little bit. But all women will say something if you get her heated enough. It's just how it is. And one conversation that you do not want to have with a woman is her saying, well, I'm the one that's paying this. I can do this and you can't even do it. Well, I make 10 times more money. Why can I do that? Why can I go to Dubai? I got the money. Why can I buy myself a purse? You tell I spend on, it's my money. Why can't I spend my money? I mean, I'm telling you, men, don't set yourself up for failure here, okay? Never date a woman that makes more money than you. Just don't do it, okay? You just work on yourself. Get your money up. Questions for me here. Let me scroll down. I think I missed one. What about a sugar mama? Come on, guys. Stop playing. You know what's so funny about a woman? Man, let me tell you this because you need to know this. When you find out, watch this. When you find out a woman is cheating on you, she's been cheating on you for a year or two. 2, when a woman is ready to move on and say, hey, I'm moving on, she already has somebody else. God damn. She does. I mean, it doesn't mean she's leaving with him yet, but she already got that. He's lined up already. You know, he's talking to her, they conversating, and she's planning her exodus. That's just what women do, man. Women prepare to leave you. Okay? So remember what I just told you. If you ever find out that she's cheating, she's been cheating on you for a year or two. You just didn't know. Because women are good. 2, whenever your woman say, you know what, baby, I'm done with you, she already got somebody to replace you. You've been replaced already. Okay? It's just the truth. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Wesley, do you have a problem with women? No. I don't have any women problems. No. I got a Wesley problem. You know, I don't have a problem with women. I'm going to be honest with you. It's me. I'm the problem. One thing I understand about me, and if I can be very transparent with you folks, without you trying to clown me here, I'm the problem with women. When it comes to women, I'm the problem. Okay? I'm the issue, not them. Women are good to me. Women are magical to me. Almost every woman I've ever met in my life, they have treated me like a king. You may say, well, Wesley, why do you? Well, whatever. Don't ask me these wild questions. I am the issue. Okay, I am a work in progress right now. But I don't have problems with women. No. Women are very lovely to me. Okay? I don't have any problem with infidelity, cheating, jealousy. I don't have them. No, never. Never have, never will. What are the repercussions for dating a woman whose income exceeds her partner? I just told you that. I just told you, Nikki. You should have been listening. Okay? And like I said, I know some of you men not going to believe me. Well, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and date a woman that makes more money than you. And wait till you have your first fight, your first argument, disagreement, and it relates to money. You ain't going to be able to say nothing. Because let me tell you something. And this is the hard truth about money. Money is powerful, and money is the power. Period. Because money gives you options. Money allows you to do different things. And you're telling me as a man that you're going to tell a woman that makes more money than you how she should spend her money? What if a woman just buys a Chanel purse, buy this purse, buy this? What if she buy a purse every single week because she can afford it? And then you get mad and say, why are you buying a purse every week? My God, you're just wasting your money. You know what she's going to say? It's my money. Why can I spend my money? This is my, you're not buying me the, I'm not saying that all women are going to respond that way, but come on, just think, be smart. Man, you should make more money, period. Don't let other women make more money than you, okay? You're going to be the weaker individual in the relationship. You will be. And I don't care. You might say, oh, that ain't going to happen to me. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, fine. Go ahead and do it, okay? And I'm going to see you in your car in the gym crying your little eyes out because a woman left you. Because she got tired of dealing with a man that can't level up. So you love being a problem. No, I don't love being a problem. Listen, like I said, I'm a work in progress. I'm a better man. I'm not going to tell you guys, I'm going to tell you that I am a better man now. I am a much better man with women now. Currently in my life, I am a extraordinary man. I'm going to leave it just like that. That the next woman that I get involved with, let me tell you something, she's going to have a magical experience. Because I'm going to give her all of me. All of me. Yeah. Just wait. You'll see. When you see the picture posted one day, when you see me with a young lady, when I start posting on my Instagram a little bit, you'll see. What's next here? Questions for me, folks. Let me see. Questions for me, folks. Did you get value here tonight? Any more questions for me here? Okay, Nikki Grapes. Will you go ahead and find you a man that makes less money than you? You don't have to argue with me. Go ahead and just date you a man that makes less money than you. It's a lot of them out there, so go ahead and Find you one. All right, what's next? What would your dream woman look like? Physical appearance wise, short. I typically date women like 5'2", 5'1", 5'3". I'm sorry, women, if you're over 5'5", you might not have an opportunity with me, unfortunately. I just like short women. I don't know, man. The shorter, the better. It turns me on. Just short, petite women. And they don't have to necessarily be petite, but I like them to work out. And if you don't work out, you need to have a nice body. And you could be petite thick. That's the best way I can describe it here. I like a woman that takes care of her hygiene properly. You know, you should smell, and your hygiene should be much better than mine. Just let you know. And mine is pretty superb, stellar. Okay. You know, like women with nice hair, of course. Pretty eyes. Smile. I like women that smile. I like happy women, kind. Yeah, so for the physical appearance, yeah. Pretty teeth, of course. You need to have nice teeth. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. If your teeth is not nice. I mean, you get braces, veneer. There's so many ways to fix your teeth. So, yeah, can't have bad breath. Just can't deal with it at all. I like a woman with smooth skin. If you're hairy, yeah, probably not going to work for me, to be honest. Yeah, that's it, physical appearance-wise, if that's what you're asking. Any advice on completely getting rid of addictions? You know, to be honest with you, Millie to Billy, you have to decide to do it, man. And you have to weigh the disadvantages versus the advantages of the addiction. Write it down on paper. It's because you've never met the woman who sees without your additions. No, that's not it, Nikki Rapes. Not at all. This is all psychology, you know. What would you... Okay, I'll answer that question here. And like I said, you guys can agree. You could disagree with me. I don't mind. Disagree with me. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Prove me wrong. Go find your man that makes less money than you, and let me see you in your beautiful, happy relationship. And if it happens, great. Kudos to you. Okay. So you know I was wrong. Nikki Grapes has her man that she makes 2 times much more. She makes double the income that he earns, and they're living in a beautiful 10-year, 15-year relationship. I'm going to be very happy for you. I'm like, kudos. I'm like, go, Nikki. Do your thing, girl. With your broke man. I'm just kidding. Why is it so hard for a woman to find a way to make more money? It's just easier for men to make money out of nowhere. What's the secret? No, actually, women make more money statistically more than men. Right? Just the truth. If you look at the statistics, like the Census Bureau or the, from the taxes that were filed in the past 5 to 10 years, women actually are making, it depends on which culture, what race, but women are definitely making a ton of money, man. Women are making money. So, look, I promise you on this rant tonight, it's probably more women that are making more money versus men. Like women their incomes are probably higher than the men that's on this rant right now. I promise you. Okay. Do you believe in gender roles in a relationship? Of course. The man has to play a role. The woman needs to play a role as well. I believe, this is my belief, my philosophy. If I'm with a woman, I'm the leader. I'm daddy. It is what it is. And any woman that's not willing to abide by that, I'm just not going to be with her. I don't care. But I am the leader, 100%, because I can lead properly. I know how to lead a woman. I know how to lead a relationship. Okay? I believe a woman should be, my supporter. I will support her as well. My responsibility, I believe in servant leadership, which means I'm going to serve her. Of course I'm going to serve her. She's my queen. She's my diamond, right? Of course. But she understands that I'm daddy. And what daddy says, daddy goes. It's just easy for me to navigate my life if she if she decides to relax comfortably in my leadership skills or in my leadership itself. Have you tried fasting? What would you recommend to lose weight quickly and healthy? Yeah, MK Love Beauty. All you need to do is, if you work out at the gym every day, do the Stairmaster for 10 minutes. That's what I do. And it would definitely just start to shed the fat around your entire body. That's why I look more leaner these days. Okay, questions here. So if I was your woman and I start making money, you would dump me? Yeah, of course. You got to go. Yeah. But it's never going to happen. You know, we can talk about on how, well, what if your woman let's stop all this what if. No woman that I date will ever make more money than me. Ever. It's never going to happen. Ever. Ever. Okay? It's not going to happen. They will never make more money than me. Okay? Not the one that I'm dating. Some tips on staying present and intentional when you're still in the daily process of watching your grass grow. Meditate, Max the Great. Meditate. You do the stair stepper or treadmill? Yeah, I do the stair climber. What do they call that? Stair climber, I believe. Stairmaster. It's a Stairmaster. What's the new advice? How do I find musicians on IG? What type of musicians are you looking for and why are you looking for them? Be a little bit more specific with your question here. Yeah, Stairmaster for sure. The Stairmaster is the truth. Trust me. Just do it for a week and thank me later. For everybody out there that's overweight or obese. Why do some men become jealous of their woman whenever they become financially competent? Well, obviously because men want to be financially competent, but the problem with men, it takes them a while to mature. They enter the maturation process very late. Women tend to mature quickly in every area of life. So men start to feel inferior to you when you make more money than them. You know, it's just natural. You know, it just gets, and that's just him fighting with himself, right? His own insecurities. So what I would say, you need to leave a man like that. You dump him immediately. Let him go. Questions here. Any more questions for me, folks? Before I let you go here, I need to work and I need to get some rest because I have a long workout tomorrow, which I'm excited for. And I'm going to wake up with a ton of money in the bank account, of course. Big deposits tomorrow. Sarah, how are you? Any more questions for me before I let you go? If not, thank you for joining tonight's rant. Are you doing state cardio? Yeah, I am. When are you going to have another live event? Well, Ariella's having one in 2 to 3 months, I believe. How do you think it feels if this woman outgrows him? How do you think A feel? First of all, Nikki Grapes, I need you to write using correct grammar first. Okay. What do you think about the e-commerce space? I think it's a great space to get involved in. All right, first I'm going to go ahead and let you go here. Hey, this is Wesley Virgin. Remember, in life, you don't get what you want, you get what you picture. Listen to this again. Listen to it again. Learn to watch the grass grow. Be patient. Be very patient with the process. And if you decide to be patient, you work, you surround yourself with the people that you would like to become. There's no doubt in my mind that you will eventually become
the man or woman that you want to be on this earth, here on the planet. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the comments, the kind comments below. Always thank you for your shares. I'll see you tomorrow. This is Wesley, $1 Billion Virgin. Much love, and let's go.